this is Paul. As I said, obviously, right. Changing the name of child support payments to the non-biological parent, yeah, could have caused a lot of problems in a divorce because I would have, oops, excuse me. So why don't you just give me all the welfare payments for the last 30 years? Where the head of household was not the biological parent of one of the children, then all the time that you change the child support payments to the non biological parent, yes, because of them applying for welfare. Oh, now, as I said, I'm sure every father, yes, thought, no, I'm not taking this in my name. Pooch. But if you got a divorce, I'm sure CSS would have been after you for whatever child support right now. Now, Deacon King, yes. Born April 18th of 2004, he's going to be 15 this year. He's in the eighth grade. That would be 16 at the ninth grade, 17 at the 10th grade, ooch, 18th at the 11th grade, and he's going to graduate at 19 and 3 months old. Now, Maximilian, yes, I don't know his actual grade, but I do know he was born on December 18th of 2006, and he's 13 years old. No, he's 12 years old. He's going to be 13 this year. Ouch. Now, as the father of these sons, yes, I'm a little concerned at this marriage. Yes, the disillusion of it. Yes, and the reasons for it happening. Now, let's say my wife actually had a biological father from Georgia because she did, but he's born in Alabama. And her family line, she never really explained that they were involved in some sort of white supremacy or the Klan or any of those other fringe groups. And I thought she was attractive and I found her humorous and I wanted to get married. I was 30 years old. Yes. And I never really concerned myself with what her father's involvement was before his death because in my mind, well, he passed on when she was maybe 12 to 15 years old. Yes. But she motioned the court for dissolution of marriage in 2012. Right. And then had me arrested 4 days later. Yes. For the allegation of violating a protection order. Right. Where I was not given any due process and she herself wasn't a resident of the state. Now, considering, yes, that a week later you renewed the protection order on May 31st, yeah, while I was on trial for the allegation of violating the protection order, yes, on on May 4th, right. But you waited to arrest me until you could serve me at the same moment so that I couldn't respond to the dissolution of marriage. Right. Now, I did respond within the 90 days, but then she motioned for a default dissolution of marriage. Yeah, as Mrs. Heidi Lee Hodges because she used her previous married name, yeah, instead of the actual married name. Now, we were still married at that time. That's right. Why my wife would think using her previous married name, yes, when knowing we had not gotten a divorce, have no idea. Now, from that point until the actual dissolution of marriage, yeah, I did not get any of these documents. No, no, no. There was a declaration of mailing, but I didn't get any actual documents regarding the dissolution of marriage. Now, let's think about it for a 2nd. I'm not saying my wife's crazy, okay? But what would cause a woman to motion a court in the name of her previous marriage's last name? Yes, when she had motioned the court in the name of Heidi Lee Budnick. I'm not saying she's crazy. Now, I know the whole thought, right. See, Heidi Lee Griggs, Paul Chad Budnick, Right. Now, here's another. Oops, look at this. My birth certificate, I was born in the United States in King County. Yeah, Washington. Now, my mother's maiden name was Heidi or Sandra L. Condit. Yes, but that's not her biological name. It's Sandra Lee Arp, A-R-P. And then my father's name was Paul Douglas Budnick. Yes, the son of Clara Rose Holst, maiden name. Yes, of the Holst family fortune in Clallam County. Now, let's say, okay, that you as a county are intentionally obstructing me from having my assets. And your whole thought was, well, there's no possible way I can do anything about this. And I thought today you're probably right. There's no way I'm going to get a phone call from my sons, from Maryland, or from any other individual that gives a fuck about me. Now, when you think about a lot of these different reasons for marriage, Heidi had been married twice before. Yes. Her father, DeWitt, was born in Alabama. Yes. Probably has relatives in the south of the United States. And I'm not stereotyping. I know you're from Alabama, you're from Georgia, you're one of these southern states. I get it. There's a lot of clans up here in the Idaho, Washington area. Oops. Look at Get Google now. You know what happened yesterday? Yes. This keeps doing this. Yes. But I just kept pushing it, and eventually it goes away. It's kind of like emailing law enforcement. Yes. I just keep pushing it, and eventually it'll go away. Now, I did download some documents from ICE. Oh, they're a part of Homeland Security? Yes. Uh-huh. I don't know what the acronym means. I know there's a lot of ICE detention centers. Yeah. Why don't you get me all of those and every person that got to spend some time in an ICE detention center where Homeland Security said, well, we have to put them in there. Now, you would think it'd be some sort of foreign national or somebody trying to sneak into the nation. But as I understood it, Janet Ann Napolitano and Jane Lute were in complete control of Homeland. Now, oh, look at it, did it again. Good for you, good for you. It's nice that no one's trying to obstruct my use of the phone. Now, these downloads, yes, yes. It does apply to American nationals. Those would be individuals born in the United States. Yes. Let's say you wanted 5 years and $250,000 fine for enabling a fraudulent dissolution of marriage that was caused because of a fraudulent marriage. Heidi never really explained exactly what her want was to marry me. I always thought it was based on love. Yes, as in you find that special person, right? You get married, you have children. Oh, the American dream just showed up. Oh my gosh, look at you. Now, I'm going to want to know, okay, of all of those cases, yes, that Homeland Security said, well, we're just going to have to prosecute because I have a lot of documents in here in the drive. Yeah. See, any sort of fraud when involving yourselves in a marriage, yes, is an actual crime. And then there's the United Nations involvement, and then there's the European Union. Now we'll get to it in just a second here. I'm sure this is going to work eventually. Does somebody have my phone? Oh, just a moment. Now let's look at it. Okay. Hang on just for a second. I have a few minutes. Now, Jane, Janet, Jane's husband, Douglas. I don't think Janet Ann Napolitano actually had any marriages that I'm aware of. Yes, but I do understand she had certain relationships. Could you get me all your lovers? Because when I think of Janet Ann Napolitano as a president of the University of California system, yes, I'd want to know every labia lip that you kissed, and it's been.